There are a lot of fans that I think do miss the characters that we've spent the past couple years with. What is your message to them?
Listen, they're a part of our family. So there's references and we definitely explain what's going on. Everybody grows and your family changes eventually.
We've got Adrienne back on the show. How did that all come about?
Listen, I love Adrienne. Not only does Adrienne come back, but she has such an important role.
You're enjoying this, aren't you?
I sure am. Ow! Break it down.
My queen in the building.
My queen, what up, girl?
It is so good to see you, Raven. I want to flash back to the last time you and I spoke. It was right after the season 4 finale of Raven's Home. And you put me in a tailspin.
You gonna get that?
No, not right now. Raven is not home.
Will there be a season 5?
I cannot tell you the status of Raven's Home because I don't know it myself. Do I love my cast? Yes. Do I want to work with them for as long as I can? Of course. Is it my decision? No.
Fast forward to 2022, Raven's Home season 5, you're back and with a lot of changes. So I'm just curious, what sparked this whole reinvention of the Raven's Home franchise?
I have to be honest with you, I lied to you, Deidre. I knew what was going to happen and they wouldn't let me say it. I normally have like really good words to cover up my lies, but I just didn't have anything good. Listen, when they said they wanted to do a 5th season, I was like, okay, cool. What's the journey for the characters? And when we knew the EPs that were coming back, their minds really worked together with Disney Channel and had the most amazing thought to bring Raven Baxter and her son to San Francisco and bring my father and show another version of family again. And that's what I love about it. We have such diversity, so many stories, so many journeys, and you're going to find someone in this cast that will remind you of you.
New characters, new city. What are you most excited for fans to experience with this sort of, I don't know, soft reboot of Raven's Home?
Right? It's a little bit of a soft reboot. What I'm expecting, honestly, is for all the generations to sit down again. You have a grandfather, you have a young niece under the age of 10, and you have a millennial, and you have a teenager. We're here to entertain you and start conversation. One of the things that I loved about That's So Raven is, yes, we tackled body and image and all of this, but we did it with a spoonful of sugar, and that's what we hope to do with this season as well.
Because there are so many changes to season 5, were there ever conversations or did you ever think about, should we just call the show something new and start fresh?
No, I will be honest with you. We did not want to start the show new and start something fresh because we never considered Raven's Home a reboot of That's So Raven. It was a new show with characters that you knew from a different show. And this is what this is. This is not a different show. This is just, in everyone's life, you create different families as you grow up. You go and visit old family. You bring in new friends. This is just a continuation of Raven Baxter and Booker's life as he grows into a young man and she figures out what she's doing with her life.
Well, it's so exciting that we've got the OG dad back in the building, Rondell Sheridan.
Hey, Dad, do you love me more than my brother?
No, I love you both the same.
Oh, I knew it!
How did that idea come about? Did you pick up the phone and say, I got to get you back in my life and on this show?
I just called him out of the blue. I was like, so are you working? You want to be on TV again? Do you want to work with me again? He was like, I kind of like you. Yeah, like I would. I was like, sweet. He is a connoisseur of comedy, and it's wonderful to be able to have such a wonderful man on set helping to show all of the actors on the set what old school comedy is about.
We've got the kitchen and the old house and the chill grill, but this time your character is now, calling him grandpa. I know. How does that feel?
It's weird at times, right? I love saying that I'm older. I have no problem with age. I think it's fantastic.
Trippy at all to be in your old bedroom?
It is very trippy. There's an episode where I'm helping my father out and I'm like, my old room. Dad, if these walls could talk.
What would they say?
Nothing.
Even when I said that, I'm not a dramatic actress, okay? I'm not very method. I just like to give you my lines and act crazy on set. But with that line, it truly made me think of the time that Chelsea and myself turned into cows, the time that I got my room redone by a crazy person and moved into the basement. There's been so many stories that I've been a part of within this house and within this character. I can't. It's just a lot.
Amazing. Well, listen, you just bring up Chelsea, and while everybody I think is so excited to be embracing and welcoming all these new characters, there are a lot of fans that I think do miss the characters that we've spent the past couple years with. What is your message to them? Are you going to offer some sort of closure to the fans? Do we get references to those characters, like especially Chelsea and Nia?
Of course, yes, for sure. We're not. Listen, they're a part of our family. So there's references, and we definitely explain what's going on. I think that's very important because we respect the people that are watching the show. And, like I said before, everybody grows and your family changes eventually, and the people close to you change. And it doesn't change you. It hopefully will help you grow as a human. And it's always good to have those people that know you from your past, and you call on them and you reference. So, it's about moving forward. And of course, we pay homage to those who have got us here.
Okay, so we'll have closure about where they are, what they're up to, what they're doing.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And then in terms of like surprise cameos or even little like FaceTime moments, I think fans would not only love to hear from like Chelsea and Nia, but also, where is Mom? Where is Corey? Jennifer Lewis. I mean, are these names that you're talking about possibly bringing in for special moments?
I am such a believer in making sure that we can bring as many people as we can to the show as possible. And we have only been picked up for one season right now, so there's only so much we can do. But we are jam-packing it with nostalgic moments to the best of our abilities.
Well, you know me, diehard OG Cheetah Girls fan. My brain absolutely exploded when I see Adrienne Houghton 2 years ago. She goes on The Real and she says,
I would absolutely come back and be Alana Rivera. Do an Alana-like line right now. What would she say? She would just be mean. Shoot. Okay.
I did see that clip of her on TV and I was like, yes. Listen, I love Adrienne. I've loved her since I met her. When the writers and I sat down and we were like, okay, what's going to be the first big, oh my goodness, bringing in a nemesis is always the best because it just brings conflict and funnies and all that kind of stuff. She is an important part of the story and we keep her alive, and I love that.
Haven't seen you since high school, and yet it still feels too soon. Welcome back, Baxter.
for you two to meet as teenagers, to be on set together, and then fast forward like a decade or two, what goes through your mind when you're on set with this woman who you have such like a rich history with?
Nothing goes through my mind other than this is easy. This is really easy. We just fell right into place. Her name in my phone is Chuchi, which is the name that we used to call each other on Cheetah Girls. And just being able to talk to each other now that we're adults and reminisce and root for each other in our success has been such a pleasurable moment.
I just saw you were so wonderful and I can see your voice. So you're over in Adrienne's world and then she's over in your world on Raven's home. At what point do we just have a conversation about Adrienne and Raven, a standalone project, the two of you?
Honey, we so busy. That's definitely probably going to happen, but we so busy right now. I think we love coming into each other's worlds.
Season 6?
Who knows, man? I'm not lying to your face this time. We're really focused on creating this content that hopefully will get us another season, but who knows?